32-year-old healthcare provider Delva Broom for unpaid child care fees.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 44 on the calendar in the matter of Fowler versus Broom. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Fowler, you are suing the defendant for some child care that you provided during a 3-month period from September until December.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant says that you were paid. Did you know her before you started to do this child care arrangement with her?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
How?
I met her in the summer of 2000. Her son was over to my house, and he had stole some money, so I had to go and talk with her about it. He admitted stealing the money, and...
How old is your son?
He's now 13. And then again, he was not the only one.
But that's not the child you were
Right.
babysitting for?
No, ma'am.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Then on September the 10th of 2001, I went to Tarzana Elementary School to pick up my daughter, Cayman. And when I got there, her daughter, Kylie, was with my daughter, and she was crying. And I asked her what was the matter, and she said that she was upset.
I don't want to hear.
She said that she was upset because her mother hadn't come to pick her up yet. So I called her mother on the cell phone and let her mother know that if it was okay, I would, bring her home. She said she got off at 6 o'clock. At 6:30, when she got to my house, we entered a verbal agreement for me to begin watching her child.
Well, what was said? She must have said something to you. Can you watch her regularly?
Yes, she let me know that her daughter was on the waiting list for Latchkey, which is an after-school program. Until then, she didn't really have anyone to pick her up from school. I told her I could pick her up, each day with my daughter. And she said she would pay me $6 an hour. I was picking her up at 2:30 each day. And I began on September 11th actually providing child care for her. Then on September the 14th, Ms. Broom approached me with paperwork from a company called CC&RC and asked me if I would enter a contract with them. They are a company that provides assistance with child care payments for single parents. I filled out the application and everything and then began to wait. One of the things that I mentioned to her, in order for me to be able to watch her child, I would have to enter her child into programs that my child was entered into, tap and ballet classes. Here are the receipts for the ballet and tap classes that I entered her daughter. I paid for them, and Mrs. Broom reimbursed me.
Good. Okay. Did you get paid at all from Mrs. Broom?
Not for child care, no ma'am.
Nothing?
No ma'am.
Well, what was her excuse? You watched the child in September, in October?
When I filled out the forms for the company CC&RC, they were going to be paying me the money. I received the first contract from them on October the 23rd, and I noticed that the rate that they were offering to pay was $2.84, which was not the agreement I had with Ms. Broom. Ms. Broom, when I brought the contract to her, she said, well, don't worry about it. I will reimburse you. I will pay you.
Why hadn't she paid you anything from September 11th until October?
She was paid.
I want to get to you. Okay. Why hadn't she paid you anything? Why did you continue to watch her daughter if she hadn't paid you anything?
Because I filled out the contract with this company, and I was told by her that they would pay me. They told me it would take a couple of weeks for the paperwork to go through.
Okay, so now you've got middle of October, and they tell you they're going to pay you $2.84 an hour. You speak to her, she said, don't worry, I'll make up the difference.
Yes, she did.
What happened in the end of October and the month of November? Because clearly she wasn't giving you, according to you, any more money, even the difference, even if you were paid by the state. She wasn't.
Well, she always had an excuse as to why, and me being her friend, I didn't, I was trying to actually help her. She was having problems with her son in school. She was having financial problems being a single mother or whatever, and I was being very understanding of that, being a single mother myself.
Did you get any money whatsoever from the defendant?
No, ma'am.
Did you get any money from this organization?
Yes, ma'am. On December the 20th, I received a check from that organization.
For how much?
For $360. And here's the copy of the paperwork for that. Ms. Broom and I met on October the 15th to go down to CC&RC to ask what was going on as to why I hadn't been paid. They stated that I had not had a TB test. So on the 19th, I had a TB test, and here's the record for that.
Okay.
Okay. Then they said it would be a few more weeks,
All
for
right,
the
so
paperwork
those
to go
weeks
through.
that you babysat for her, 5 days a week, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. I kept a...
Just a second. And how many weeks did you watch the child?
I don't have the weeks calculated, but I do have a tally for each month of September, October, November, December, the days that I watched a child,
Okay.
the hours that I watched a child. CCNRC provides you with this type of form that you turn in.
Okay. Now I'll hear you, Miss Broom.
Okay. First of all, I would like to iterate that my daughter did stay on the grounds. I took my lunch at 2:30 between 3 and picked her up. My children, both of them, were able to come to my job and sit in the conference room.
Listen I'm not interested.
All right, well, other than
Not
that,
interested.
my daughter would not be standing there crying. She called me on my cell phone. She says, I'll take Kylie home with me. And then she says, I can watch her if you want. She offered. I never asked her.
That's not true, Your
Which is fine. I never asked her to do anything. I told her that I had Kylie on the waiting list with CCRC, and if she, if we discuss it, if she didn't mind, she can watch her, and she can sign a contract with them, and they'll reimburse her. I pay CCRC a portion of whatever the child care is.
How much do you pay CCRC?
It all depends on what the provider is being charged. Here's a log of what I pay CCRC. She was paid. That's the bottom line. I don't owe her any money. There were things that were going on in her home. She was rather upset because I removed my child from her home.
That's not true.
There were things. She has an autistic daughter.
She stayed with, listen to me carefully, Miss Broom. Your daughter stayed with her part of September,
Right.
October, November, part of December. And what you're telling me, your defense to this case is that your arrangement with her
Right.
was that she was going to be paid by this organization.
And until she was paid, I paid her cash.
Okay.
And in the same instance, just like I paid her for ballet and tap, she was reimbursed for child care.
Yeah, okay.
She was reimbursed for child care.
Really?
Not only did she, and she said, she's making a statement that she watched my daughter. We did things for each other. We were supposed to be friends. Quote unquote, I thought that's what we are. In the same instance, she made matters even worse. I didn't even want to deal with it, remove my child from her home. The things that went on in her home, I couldn't relate to it.
Forget.
Okay.
I'm not interested. You left your child there. That's the bottom line.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She's lying.
No, I don't believe she's lying.
Well, I believe she's lying.
Well, I don't care what you believe. The most important thing is that I don't believe she's lying. I don't believe that for 1 second.
And later today,
You were on City Time romancing his girlfriend in his house. You didn't tell me it wasn't true, Mr. Flores.
It's not true.
Because I have a feeling you two guys are playing with each other a little bit.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Rebecca Fowler says former friend Delva Broom owes for babysitting fees. Delva says Rebecca was paid by the county.
How much do you earn annually?
Probably about $33,000, $34,000 a year.
Okay.
That's the issue. She thought that I don't know what I'm a single mother. I'm not on welfare. I work hard.
That's fine.
And if I was not qualified for this, she knew that she signed a contract with CCRC. Until CCRC picked up her contract, I then paid her. Again, she's lying.
I don't believe she's lying.
Well, I believe she's lying.
I don't care what you believe. The most important thing is that I don't believe she's lying.
Well.
I believe because a babysitter, not somebody who's 12 years old, but somebody who is an adult, a very minimal, reasonable payment for an adult is $6 an hour.
Right. And she received that.
Just a second. I don't believe that for 1 second that you paid her. Not for a moment. I believe that she was strung along.
No.
And she finally got a payment of $360, which is here in the paperwork. Put your hand down. Does it look like you're losing?
No, ma'am.
Where is your daughter currently?
My daughter is currently in an after-school program.
And when was she accepted in the after-school program?
After
What month was
January.
Right. So you stopped with her in December?
No, I did not. I was at the end of November.
Listen, you're a fast talker.
No, I'm...
Bottom line is, I believe that you agreed with her and you said, I can pay you $6 an hour. Ultimately, you said to her, fill out these forms because some of it where you can get back and then I can pay you the difference.
No.
That sounds right to me.
That's not true.
But
Because
nobody is going to work for
case,
$2 an hour. Nobody works for
she
$2 an hour.
contended she
Judgment
was
for the
not, she
plaintiff.
received
Quiet.
funds.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,612. That's all.
Parties are
Your Honor.
excused. You may step out.
There's a reason why I took my child from her home. She's very vindictive. She's been convicted of child abuse.
I terminated the child care because by December the 15th, I hadn't been paid by her nor CCNRC.
She's a liar, welfare recipient.
Threatening to have me and my boyfriend beat up by people.
She's a liar, and she was paid. She's a liar.
She never paid me anything.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Muro versus Flores. Step forward, please.
Warehouse worker Angel Muro is suing his ex-wife's ex-fiancé, Marco Flores, for car damages and pain and suffering. Marco is countersuing for damage to his truck and for harassment.
The defendant is the fiancé of your former girlfriend. Is that right?
Yes, we have a daughter in common.
How old is the child?
She's 10 now.
How long did you live with her?
About 10 years.
But you don't live with her anymore now. She's engaged to Mr. Flores.
That's right.
Your complaint is that Mr. Flores caused 2 accidents. One happened in August of last year. One happened in February of this year. The one that happened in August, you got paid for. Is that right?
Correct. My car was repaired.
I'm not dealing with that. Now that you hurt your knee or something. Should have dealt with that before your insurance company paid for it. But you say that he caused an accident in February, and because of his driving, he caused you to hit him in the rear of his car. He says that you hit him in the rear of his car, and it was your fault, and he is counterclaiming not only for that incident in February, but also he says that you have been harassing both him and his fiancée and have written defamatory letters to their bosses, all of which I will see. Now, I want you to tell me where this accident happened in February.
This happened in Sun Valley.
Tell me what happened.
I was going south on Laurel Canyon, and when I got up to Strathern, I noticed Marco, and he had pulled up in front of me, and there was another car, a friend of his, and another car, a big Ford behind me. I didn't get
How did you know that the other person in the other car was a friend of his?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I just, when we were at the light was red, so we were just sitting there, and the car behind me kept easing up on my tail. And I kept looking up at the mirror at him, you know. And when the light changed, Marco took off, and then, you know, I was still looking at my mirror because this guy was just coming up, you know. I proceeded, and I looked up in my mirror. Next thing I know, he was sitting right in the intersection. He had only gone about 5 feet past the pedestrian crosswalk.
And you hit him?
Yes.
Now, what makes you think that this person behind you was a friend of his?
Because the way it was set up, the car just automatically just swerved off and sped off. And the other lane was
So
open.
you don't know that he was a friend of his?
No, that's just my assumption.
That's your assumption, so
Then,
I can't deal with your assumption. He's in front of you, you're watching the car behind you, and you hit him in the rear.
Correct.
Your case is dismissed. Now let's get to your counterclaim. You hit him in the rear, it's your fault. You're supposed to be far enough away from the car in front of you not to hit them in the rear. Now, so forget about your claim. And you forget about the February driving incident. Do you understand?
Yes.
All I want to hear about is the letters.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Because I have a feeling you two guys are playing with each other a little bit. That's my sense.
Wait.
That you don't avoid each other. In a big town, it just so happens that on many occasions, you're with each other, around each other in your cars. If you want to act like fools, that's your problem. You're not going to visit that on me.
Okay.
I want to hear quiet. I want to hear your allegations, Mr. Flores, with regard to the harassment and defamation.
Okay. He wrote 2 letters to the city. I work for 2 departments in the city.
Let me see the copies of letters that he wrote.
I feel that all the harassment was on his part. I didn't find out till...
I'm reading.
I've got letters from my superiors that he contacted my job before I called his job.
What word didn't you understand? I said I'm reading. Well, Mr. Flores.
Yes.
Let me tell you this. These letters are clearly the letters of an angry person. What he is complaining about is that while on city time, you were romancing his girlfriend in his house, parked your city truck that you were supposed to be using for business only, and that he was able to document it. Now, all that is pretty nasty, but he's allowed to write that. I mean, there's a lot of other extraneous stuff in here about his 8-year-old daughter and having to wait outside when you were there.
That's right.
However, if your complaint is that he should not have written to your bosses and told them that you were on city time, and if he's a taxpayer, using city vehicle to mess around with his girlfriend, he has a right to do that.
Well, if he has documentation and proof, why didn't he bring it forward?
You didn't tell me it wasn't true, Mr. Flores.
It's not true.
Oh.
My daughter.
Just a minute. Mr. Flores, that's what a hearing is for, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that if there were any truth to these allegations, or if there was a question as to their veracity, because I see that you did change jobs, because one letter is written in 2000, one letter is written to a different employer in 2001, that you would have been given a hearing if you wish to contest those.
They transferred him out of there for that reason.
Hey,
It was
Mr.
justified.
Temper, take your hands out of your pockets.
It was justified, Your Honor.
So he has a right to send in those letters. You have a right to have a hearing. He was angry. By the way, how come you lived together for 10 years and never got married?
Just when things would get nice and calm, then something would always come up.
Did you ever ask her to marry you?
Yeah, I did, once.
Once.
No.
Just didn't work out. She wasn't taking care of my daughter like I wanted her to.
Well, you're pretty bossy, Mr. Muro.
No, my daughter was...
Listen to me, you're pretty bossy.
No, my daughter was not allowed to go in the house. She was not allowed to go in the house when she got home from school until they took care of what they were doing. And
Listen to me.
And then,
I asked you a simple question. You were together for 10 years. Why didn't you marry?
Because she wasn't faithful.
Then you don't have a child and you don't live together for 10 years. All right, Mr. Muro, you don't have a case. You hit his car in the rear. You're responsible for the damage. Mr. Flores, you don't have a case.
Well, Your Honor.
I'm speaking.
Can I just say one thing?
No. That's what you're suing for.
But
damage to your car.
To explain my
You don't have to. Sir, listen to me. I said to you, you hit him in the rear.
Correct.
Period. End of discussion. And you were looking at another car in your rearview mirror while you were driving. It's your fault. Pay for it yourself. You do not have a case. Do you understand? He has a right to complain about your abusing public funds by going fooling around in his house using a public car when he's not home. He really didn't care about... I'm speaking.
I'm sorry.
He has a right to file a complaint. You had the right to have a hearing. Do you understand?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He was leaving his hat, his shirt, his, my daughter identified him. She was chased out of the house.
25-year-old student Katara Stewart for the cost of her wedding dress, her engagement ring setting, and an unpaid loan.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 196 on the calendar in the matter of Kaiser versus Stewart. Kaiser been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats.
Thanks, Bird. Mr. Kaiser, you and the defendant were engaged to be married. The wedding was called off because Miss Stewart had a change of heart, I gather. And you want certain things returned, a loan that you allegedly made to her, a wedding dress that was purchased, I assume, with your money, and the setting for her engagement ring, because you had a diamond that she previously owned set by a jeweler. I assume she still has the ring.
That's correct.
All right, let's deal with simple things first. How much was the wedding dress?
It was $2.99, and there was a garment bag that cost $10.
Now, who paid for that?
That was on my credit card.
So you're still paying for it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get the wedding dress physically from the store?
Yes, we did.
Who returned it to the store?
I returned it to the store.
Is that what you wanted him to do, return it to the store?
Yeah, he took it. He said he wanted it back, and he was going to return it.
Beneath the blanket,
and he wanted me to
reaching
take the
for the sky.
right.
Now you
I
stand
didn't return it. He
here,
took it back.
a woman in the
I
light.
wanted him to take it back.
Your own story shining ever so
Certainly, if he had gotten
bright. My little girl, you've reached a magic door.
If he had gotten the tuxedo
A brand new world is waiting to explore. Go on and fly, my 18 springs. Spread your wings and try all the things. The path may twist, the sky may sometimes fade, but in your heart a promise I have made. I'm your anchor, your home, your guiding star. No matter how near or how far you are, go chase the dreams that set your soul on fire. My support is endless, climbing ever higher.
That sounds like a very good idea. Okay, how much?
$50. The ring.
You'll make mistakes, darling, that's how we learn.
I want you to do. Take the diamond
Okay.
out of the ring and give him back the gold in 5 days. You owe him $309. I'm taking off $25 because the most somebody's going to charge you to take out the stone is $25.
Okay. Now, so then do I get that credit for the bridal store, the $300 credit?
Oh, yeah, he's going to give you the credit. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You have it with you?
I have it right here.
Perfect. Give it to her.
There it is.
So now we're easy with that. Take care of those two things. Wedding dress and setting. Now let's get to the loan. Talk to me.
She had asked me to put a computer on my credit card. The credit card was Best Buy. They had a no-interest
Were you
finance.
living together or just...
We were just dating at the time.
Okay, go ahead.
There was also a camera put on the same thing. She didn't have the credit herself, so I put it all on the
Camera
same.
for...
She wanted a Canon camera. It was also with no interest financing. It was something she wanted. So I put everything on the credit card, and we had agreed on a certain amount to pay off every month.
No, tell me about it.
Agreement was
Look at me.
every month she would make payments basically on the 15th of each month. The total amount would be about $130. She made one payment in March. Everything sort of happened with the wedding being called off, and that sort of put an end to all that, and then she decided that everything was just basically a gift.
Now, you see how quiet you've been? Let's hear about the computer.
Okay, the computer, I had a little laptop computer that wasn't compatible with any of the printers because the UB...
Don't tell me about computers
Okay.
and things that
And
they
so
exchange back
he
and forth.
had-
I don't understand that.
He had said that I should get a new computer, and I told him I couldn't afford a new computer. I was going to school, and so he had been looking at the Best Buy ads, and he said right now that there was zero financing, and he had purchased a TV, I believe, at the zero financing, and he said we should go look at them. And so we went and looked at them, and they were, you know, they had good deals on them, but I couldn't afford it, and he knew that. I told him I couldn't afford it. I'm a single mom. I'm going to school. And he said, don't worry about it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Maybe she doesn't want your ring.
That's up to her.
Oh, no, it's up to me. That's why you brought me the case.
And later today,
The phone rings, and I pick it up, and she goes, well, I was just letting you know that if you call my woman again, I'm going to F you up. And it was her girlfriend, Tony, calling.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Keith Kaiser says ex-fiancée Katara Stewart owes for her engagement ring, wedding dress, and an unpaid loan.
What about the camera?
I needed a camera for a photography class that we were doing. And he had brought that home to his house and gave it to me as a gift. He handed it in the box, and he said, he gave it to me and said, have fun with this.
Did you pick out the camera?
No, I was not with him when he got the camera. He brought it. I was waiting at his house.
Now, what's this $118 payment that you made to him?
That was actually for insurance because I was borrowing his car, and I told him that I would make the insurance payment, and that was an insurance payment. It wasn't any payment for a computer or camera. It was for
He
the
wants to
insurance.
show me something that's different. Let me see. What you have, sir?
I've got a breakdown of everything, how it became, what the payment was. The camera was included.
All right, all I want to see is it. I don't want to see what you wrote out here. I thought you had a.
There is
I thought you had a check
there for it. That is my check.
When was the stuff purchased? March 3rd?
March 3rd.
Both the computer and the camera were purchased on March 3rd?
The camera was purchased in January. It was originally intended to be a gift. She told me that she couldn't accept a gift of this magnitude. It was just too much, and she wanted to make payments.
Ah! Get a life. Give that back to him. Give it back to him, Bird. Just cooked his own goose. All right, so the camera